Oh, you pressed it? Oh, okay, bet. I'm gonna ask my question.
What's tonight, for? If this team get beat, we in the final four.
He's a poor man LeBron, bro, when it comes to trades. It's like, you guys look at, KD went to Golden State.
Down 3 games, it's a quick sweep.
Not cap if you want to. Cap if you want to. Cap if you want to.
You know what's in me.
When I said that they let James Harden do the same thing and let Kevin Durant do the same thing, and they're essentially letting James Harden do the same thing again.
I said Kevin Durant should have took a 50-50 blame, and Westbrook should have took a 50-50 blame too.
Butts motherfucking down, baby. Back here on this beautiful Tuesday. Sorry. We will get better at posting messages again. I know we used to do it early on, and we don't let you guys know when we switching days. It's all me. But yesterday was my birthday, and then Sunday was DJ's birthday. So happy birthday, DJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy birthday, DJ. Happy birthday to Troy. Which brings me to my question. Before we decided to go live and my boy hit the button, I was actually going to ask him, how was your birthday, man?
Oh, it was good, man. I went out to dinner with my bestie, her bestie, and my daughter. And then afterwards, me and my boy Rhett went and grabbed some drinks, smoked a little, chilled, talk. You know, good night, good relaxing night, I
love to hear it. I always love great birthday celebrations. I'm not gonna lie to you. As long as you get to do what you want to do, man. Hey, sounds like a birthday to me.
Hey, that's all I wanted, man. All I wanted was spend some time with my daughter, and I took the week off to do that. So that's what it is. We're gonna go fishing later on this week. Me and my dad gonna go to the gun range sometime during this week.
Hey, fishing in the gun range. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you already know, okay?
Hey, you already know. That's my type of day, okay?
It's what we do. I'm gonna switch screens real quick because I think it's better that way. All right, now we're back here. About to talk some motherfucking sports. You feel me? Now I got 3 topics. All of them are kind of aligned with each other. Hopefully Buwap pop in. You never know with that guy. Still gonna keep taking my shots at him. I don't care. Hopefully he get here because I do have a 1v1 bracket I want to go through. We haven't done a bracket in 2 years. We haven't done a bracket. We're struggling on the tier list. We ain't got the game shows though, but we're gonna revamp the game shows. Game shows coming back in season 3, which is gonna drop right before the season. The NBA season starts in October. We'll have season 3 all worked out for you guys. Season 1 and season 2 kind of got blended together for basketball. But we got some good, new, exciting things coming. Getting back to some of the old things that we did well with the debate in the Heat and debates. We want guests back up here, the fans, the people we used to get up here before. We want to grab you guys and get you guys back up here so we can debate you guys. But anyway, report came out of Golden State 3 days ago. The Warriors reportedly rejected sign and trade scenarios that involved Buddy Hield and Moses Moody. But the report does not say what teams were trying to get them signing trades done with Golden State, just that they turned down some signing trades. Now, Moolish, you are a Golden State fan, so I do want to ask, what are you feeling about signing trades, not knowing who, or do you know who, and how do you feel about them holding on to Buddy Hield and Moses Moody?
I mean, it's interesting, right? Because the Warriors are still one of the only teams, if not the only team, that really hasn't made a roster, really hasn't made a move yet. As far as offseason, I believe they still have 3 or 4 open roster spots that they still have to fill. But I'm not too sure on why they're so hell bent on keeping certain players. Maybe it's coming from certain players themselves. But obviously, if you have trade pieces, if you have people that that want to trade with you guys, and obviously if you guys have the pieces to give up, and if it makes sense, I don't see why not do it. But I mean, I don't know. I'm really confused about what the Warriors are doing right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They're in the middle between like sitting on their hands, but at the same time, like entertaining calls about certain players, but then come out and certain players are off the limits, and then certain players, I'm just confused, because if like I keep saying, if the motive is championship, this isn't it. Like, this isn't a championship roster. Like, we have to be completely honest. Even with the roster, with the healthy Jimmy, healthy Steph, healthy Draymond, like, there's still holes. There's still problems. We still need another wing. We still need a second unit that's viable, that's going to keep the pace for from the first unit, and we still need a legitimate big man. So, like, to me, I don't get it, because, like I said, the mode is championship, especially if we're trying to preserve Steph or whatever the case may be, or get Steph another one before he retires, which the writing is on the wall. He's in every single interview, he's talked about it more and more. What are we doing, right? Like, I don't think the future is in Buddy Hield. And if a guy like Kuminga doesn't want to stay, then obviously the future's not in him either. So it's like, we have to start making moves and start to put some pieces together, because at some point in time, the fans are going to start to question. It's not going to make sense. But I wouldn't be adverse to say that the fans would sit back and just wait idly by to see what happens, because the new influxes of fans that are currently more boasted in the media, they're not vocal. They just kind of sit back and, just wait for shit to happen. But a lot of the older fans, right, a lot of the true Warriors fans who have been around since the 80s and the 90s and the 70s, like, they're vocal. You hear them, like, talk about the moves that, or the lack thereof, that the Warriors are making. So, like I said, it's off season's coming to a close real soon. So, hey, these niggas gonna have to do something, bro. Shit.
I mean, because they haven't signed any, like, free agents
At all. None.
You lost Kevon Looney. You're in a battle with Kuminga. I mean, Golden State, to me, is like, they shouldn't be having these type of problems being the team that they are,
You would think so.
Like you said, Curry is on his way out. He might give us another 4, maybe another 5, maybe less than that. If that. So I don't know what Golden State is doing here. It really just depends on who the signing trades were. I know if I pull it up, I could find out some names of who was signing trades.
I know for one, somebody said they weren't interested in a signing trade. I think it was Sacramento, because Jonathan Kuminga had expressed that he wanted to go to Sacramento. But I think the Warriors said that they weren't interested in a signing trade with, I think it was DeMar DeRozan.
I remember hearing something about that.
Yeah, but other than that, I haven't really heard any news as far as the Warriors with the signing trade. The main reason being because, like I said, they sitting on their hands, bro. They're not really making the moves to do anything.
Qualifying.
I wish I knew.
Shit. Qualifying offer.
Kind of set me at ease a little bit.
Traffic. Guess we're gonna have to go treat it.
Let's see.
No, we got trades. I'm looking for signing trades. Should have did this before the pod.
Let me see. I think I just seen something pop up a few days ago.
Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Trying to think what names were they, because Alonzo didn't sign another contract.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think who got a contract and then got traded over. McCullins didn't get a new contract. Jordan Poole didn't get a new contract. Dylan Brooks didn't. Kevin Durant didn't.
I see Cody Martin. And then a few days ago, Trey Murphy III.
That was just signing trades?
Yeah, as far as that goes. And then the Trey Murphy III one makes sense because he's been on the Warriors radar for a few years now. So could possibly see that one, which would be a step in the right direction, I guess. But he just got a massive contract in New Orleans, so I'm not really too sure how they'll swing that.
Yeah, I don't really see any names on my end.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's just a lot of interest, right? And the only name that I seen that was attached to like a true trade was Trey Murphy, because Cody Martin is a free agent right now, so they wouldn't have to. I guess they wouldn't have to sign a trade with anybody to get him. Yeah, the only thing I keep seeing is this Al Horford thing, and I don't really see no like.
I seen something that Al Horford going to play a big role, and I'm like, this nigga's older.
Yeah, no, I don't really see that going anywhere at this current point in time.
Yeah, I'm looking at Golden State off-season moves, no re-signings, no additions, just one departure. That's kind of crazy for a franchise of that magnitude to have that as an off-season.
Yeah, I said the same thing. No moves at all.
You looking at the Rockets, they added 6 people. They re-signed 6 people, added 5 people, and departed from 5 people. Like, that's an off-season. You move some pieces around. Golden State isn't moving pieces around. And one of the pieces that they do have to move is a Jonathan Kuminga, and he's willing to be signed and trade. I just don't know what's holding them up, especially if you got a team that won them with some assets. And they might not be what you want right now, but if you can get some draft picks so you can go out and re-pick the guys that's going to take over for Curry and Clay, because Clay's gone, and Draymond, then I would kind of go that route, because if you get to a point where Curry's on the verge of retirement and you haven't made any moves, your franchise is going to go to the bottom, bro. And that's not what you want to see from Golden State, because they were at the bottom and they worked their way up to 4 championships. You know what I'm saying? So I'm disappointed in them in this offseason. I wish they did say in the report what names was in that signing trade, but they just didn't. But yeah, I would like to see them start making some moves over here.
Yeah, I mean,
it ain't much left they could do but trades now.
It's only right, bro, because like I said, if this is about championships, if that's the narrative that they're pushing, right? Like I said, there's nothing about this roster that screams championship, right? It screams a lot of grit, it screams a lot of hard work, but it doesn't scream championship. So just looking at it, it's like no moves whatsoever, and then you lose a valuable piece in Kevon Looney, so you have to replace that. You still have open roster spots. Like, something has to be done. You know what I mean? Like, heads got to start to get rolling, and at least like start to make like some way, shape, or form of roster changes, right? And then looking at that piled up with the players that they're trying to retain, and not only their market but their health history, right? Like GP2, he's freaking on and off the court, right? Potts on and off the court, right? They're holding on to Kuminga, but there are points in time during the season where he got DNPs. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Like treating that boy like that.
The frustration with Buddy Hield, he started off the season hot, on fire, ready to go, and then fell off, and then never kind of really recuperated that until late in the playoffs. So it's like, and then on top of that, there's a narrative that of Buddy Hield's defense and how he shot chucks and all stuff like that. So if all of this stuff is going on and attributed to the roster and attributing to why there are losses, and like I said, the problems that we have, it's time just to start making some calls. It's time to stop showing interest and make some calls and stop being so secretive about shit. You know what I mean? Like, shit. The real fans want to know. I'm not going to speak for all the rich techies in San Francisco, but all the other real fans, they want to know what's going on.
Yeah, Golden State, get it together. But I want to kick over because, like I said, the 3 topics that I got kind of blend together. So we're going to transfer a little bit off of Golden State for now. We'll be right back with him, and we're going to go to LeBron and his camp. All right, so a report came out on my birthday yesterday. LeBron and his camp reportedly understands complications on potential Laker trade. It says LeBron James hasn't seemed thrilled with how abruptly the Los Angeles Lakers have pivoted towards Luka Doncic as their franchise centerpiece for now. However, it appears he won't be going anywhere. Paul released a statement saying that James can't understand the difficulty in winning now while preparing for the future after he exercised his play option, and he wants to make every season he has left count. Where there were a number of theories as to what James was hinting at. Did he want to be traded? Was he unhappy with the Lakers? Not offering him an extension with Luka getting his 3 years, 165. So we kind of talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Moo.
Yeah.
With the shit that's coming out of LeBron in his camp, especially when he exercised his play option. They did come out and say that, you know, they were going to focus on Luka. Luka is their future. They're going to focus on Luka. And that's why I made the statement that LeBron will be gone before the season. I might be wrong about that. I also said that there. I also said it then when I said it, LeBron could still be there. It is hard to make a move. We're gonna test that theory in the next topic, but True. It is hard to make a move with him and his $52.6 million expiring. And I don't know what team wants to give up assets, right, for age LeBron. Even though LeBron is still good at his age, I don't know what team will want to give up the assets for him. So, Moo, how are you feeling about the report that came out of LeBron and his camp?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. First and foremost, the frustration part is kind of weird because we understand that the reason as to why Luka was brought in, right? And to say that LeBron is frustrated is kind of weird because you are trying to extend your championship window, but you know at the end of the day that your time is going to come to an end. You're not going to play the game of basketball forever, so the Lakers have to have somebody that's going to carry on the torch. And knowing the offense, I guess the front office now, and I don't know if it's because he's trying to come out and say this now because of the new owners and he's not really rocking with how they might be moving in the future. But at the end of the day, he understands how the Lakers organization moves. Like they don't really move without a successor, right? Like they kind of dot their T's and cross, like they cross their T's and dot their I's really well when it comes to finding the next big thing, right? Or the next person. So that's the reason why they go out and get Luka. But like we talked about earlier, in the show a few months ago, like he can't be surprised about that. Even with the moves the Lakers have made, he can't be surprised that there's a lot of players that don't want to play with LeBron James, right? And at the end of the day, I really don't even think it is about money and it is about the contract. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of people have came out and said that even with the money, even with the contract, playing with LeBron is very difficult, right? For many reasons, right? So a lot of people just don't want to deal with that. Just like there have been players come out and said that it's hard to play with Steph. That superstar factor is very hard to play with for a lot of players, and especially if you're considered just a role player or somebody who's just kind of there to add to a superstar effect. But I mean, he shouldn't be surprised. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, the game's gonna go on without you, bro. Like the young stars are coming. They're coming at a younger age. They're coming more hungry. And the time where it's disrespectful to draft or bring in somebody's replacement is over. Y'all got to get over it because the young boys is here. Like one door opens, one door closes, 3 more open. Like, and it's literally been like that. So I got to get with it or get lost at this point.
Hey, man, they better turn around, go get Poole back, stop playing.
Something, bro.
Yeah, better get rid of Draymond, go get Poole back, something.
Something.
Poole be happy to be back. He know the system. He can shoot those threes. Nigga.
Yeah,
Poole be so happy to be back. Curry out the way, Draymond out the way.
And
I mean, he might be a little disappointed that his boys that he was coming up with there, ain't there.
True.
The juniors, the Kumingas, they might not be there, but it is interesting on how the Lakers season is going to turn out, because of, like I said in my earliest analogies. Let's see, whatever. I can't, fuck it. I don't give a shit. They do want to build around Luka. This we know for sure, right?
Most definitely.
So when you're coming to that standpoint that, hey, I want to build around Luka Doncic, you then have to ask yourself as an organization is, does LeBron James fit in that picture, whether it's short term or long term, right? Now, like I said, there's not many moves you can make, right? We're going to talk about one in a little bit, but there's not many moves you can make. I do expect him to be traded at some point because I do think they want to move on from him. I think they wanted to move on from him maybe 2 years ago, before they won the championship. It was 2 years ago they won, right? I'm not mistaken. 2-3 years ago. That they won the championship. So I think the opportunity might present itself for them to get rid of him. They might not get what they gave up in totality to have him on the team. But I do think if you're going to go with Luka, getting a Ayton, right? Because that's what they got. They got DeAndre Ayton to pick and roll, who's a great pick and roll guy, a guy that can fight for rebounds, a guy that will come and play. You want to kind of put that on display. And I think if you have that on the floor with LeBron, you're kind of going to take away from these guys growing together because LeBron is still a guy that wants the ball in his hand. He wants his points. He wants his stats. Right. True. That's no matter what you say, you can. I'm not saying he's stat padding. I'm just saying he wants his stats. He wants to keep adding to his accolades, right? When it comes to the statistical part of it, because he wants to be at a part where nobody could reach him, like Kareem was for 20-something years. You feel me? Or whatever the years was, 30 years. But I do expect LeBron to be wearing another jersey or no jersey, because they can just waive him, take the hit, stretch him out. They could stretch him out. You lose a lot because, he is an asset that you can get something for. That's why I'm thinking the Lakers might just take what they get for him, because you do have Luka. You just need a couple of pieces to build around him. We'll see how that goes.
I think he's traded before the deadline.
I think before the season. I think in these next couple of weeks there might be a move.
Before the season is valid too, though. I'm not gonna lie, just based off the situation and how the conversations have been going. And how the Warriors are the one team that hasn't been really making any moves, and how the Lakers have been seeming to be loading up in case of a LeBron departure. I can see it happening prior to season starting, but like I said, at the same time, I can see it happening right before the deadline starts. LeBron James traded.
So you bring up an interesting team, the Golden State Warriors. So it was reported 4 days ago that the Lakers LeBron James reportedly pursued by Golden State multiple times in trade talk. The Golden State Warriors have reportedly made numerous attempts to pair up the two greatest players in NBA history dating back to last year.
True.
The Warriors have contacted Los Angeles Lakers on multiple occasions over the past 18 months to express interest for a trade for LeBron James that would allow him to put him alongside Steph Curry. And then in the initial reports by Woj, in February, the Warriors called the Lakers about trading for James, only for Bron agent Rich Paul to inform Golden State that James wasn't interested in getting dealt. Although James and Curry have long been on-court rivals, hence the title, rivals now friends, dating back to James Cleveland days. They recently had a chance to team up for the first time at the 2024 Summer Olympics. And in these cases too, right, at the Olympics is where all these guys is talking. All-Star game is where these guys is talking too. So if the Warriors is reaching out, what they say, what was the number? They made numerous attempts for 18 months. They're reaching out for 18 months trying to get them. LeBron and Curry had to have some type of conversation about LeBron's willingness to come to Golden State and push for one last championship. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, right, where we're talking about something we never seen. Like if LeBron goes to Golden State, right, they push for one more championship. Let's say it's LeBron's last year and he goes on his farewell tour and they make it to a finals. Let's just say they make it. Let's just say they make it to a finals, but they lose, win, don't matter. They make it. That's something that LeBron gonna be like, yeah, that right there made me the GOAT.
That's something he can definitely sit on for sure. That's
definitely down. Now that pushed me above it. If you didn't want to give it to me when I won it in Cleveland, now you're gonna give it no. So it couldn't be something amazingly seen if LeBron's like, all right, I'm gonna trade me over there. This is my last year. I'm going out with Golden State. We're gonna push for a title. and they actually get on the brick of it. Western Conference 7-game series, they lose in 7. You feel me? That wouldn't be held against either one of them for me. But I do think on this part of the conversation is, and what I want to ask you, Moo, as a Golden State fan, would LeBron be, even with his older age, would he be scrutinized for going to play with a guy that he lost to previously in the finals, even though it wasn't as recently as last year?
I think so, yeah. One reason because it's LeBron James, and the second and the main reason is because a lot of people are going to look at it as like the kind of like the KD move, right? Not saying that it's going to be on the same stature, but LeBron is still a valuable player. He's still a high-level player, and him teaming up with Steph, who is also still a valuable player, who's still a high-level player. A lot of people will look at that as, I guess, with cheating or teaming up, whatever the fucking case may be, right? And they would find ways to hold that against LeBron, right? Him teaming up with another champion, him teaming up with another MVP, with another player with the stature of Steph, obviously would boost the competitor ratings through the roof, right? Now, the LeBron James and Steph Curry are on the same team, Draymond Green, et cetera, right? So the storylines, I know, would for surely go crazy because first and foremost, the Olympics, right? Just based off how everything went with the Olympics. They just dropped the Netflix documentary about the Olympics. So that conversation is starting to resurge again. Just how good they looked on the court together, how good they've always looked on the court together, even when they were teammates in the All-Star game and, et cetera, right? So, like, a lot of times people will point to that and be like, yeah, look how it flows, look how good they play together, et cetera. It's, just narratives like that. But, like, there are going to be those side of people that are like LeBron James, Steph Curry, like, did they really need to team up to, win another championship, right? Steph Curry was in the second round last year. LeBron James, obviously, they didn't make it past the first round. But both respectively got to the playoffs, right? We understand the Lakers situation with Luka, and then obviously the Warriors situation with Jimmy Butler, right? And with those two players that were added to the teams midseason, who's to say that those players obviously didn't help, right? But still, when you have players of those statures, the narratives that tend to build is they don't need anybody else. They can carry a team because they've done it maybe once or twice in their career. But yeah, I think either way it goes, like if LeBron goes to any team, he's going to get scrutinized. But with the Warriors, it's at a higher level, mainly because of who he's playing with. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, that is going to go through the roof.
So remember, I read a quote a little earlier when we was talking about LeBron and understanding that it might be difficult to win now with them preparing for the future. It's one more line in this report that I think is very important. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive and want what's best for him. That's interesting. Right, because this quote, right, doesn't seem like the Lakers want him or he wants to be there anymore because of them going in the direction of Luka right now. And I think it's, instead of them using Luka to help him, right, in a way that helps him, right, helps LeBron win, right, they're using Luka in a way that helps the franchise, right. And that's not in LeBron's best interest because LeBron wants to win a championship. And retooling the team, rebuilding the team, preparing for the future isn't a win now situation. You aren't going to get a championship next year when you're preparing for the future. And I think that with LeBron, he's asking himself, all right, if this is my last year, do I want to stay here and go through this process? And a lot of times superstars don't. And I think NBA history shows that. Superstars don't want to go through a rebuild, whether it's early in their career or even late in their career. They want to be on a team like you look at Gary Payton, Karl Malone, they went to the Lakers. Like you want to be on a team that's relevant enough that you have a possibility of winning a championship. So from the rest of this quote move, I gotta say, I don't think LeBron definitely is on the Lakers this year.
Well, I mean, And hearing that's the reason why, like we said earlier, I feel like he doesn't make it through the season as a Laker. We know teams say a lot of things, right? Like they'll come out and say, "Oh, we're not trading this player. Oh, we want them to feel comfortable, this and this and that." But at the end of the day, business is business. So I just feel like that might be the reason why LeBron is. I don't want to say is probably going to be a Warrior, but I mean that may be the reason as to why we don't see LeBron James in a Laker uniform as of late.
I mean, and even with Golden State, with the Kuminga thing too, Lumen, you could kind of use Kuminga in the deal. I know you don't want to lose him, but he's not happy. He doesn't want to be there. You're going to force him to be there with a guy like LeBron when you're trying to win a championship? No, I think eventually you wind up letting him go. So that might be an opportunity. The Lakers are, like you said earlier, Moo, stacking up, fueling up, getting ready to push for that future. And like I said, I just don't see where LeBron fits in that. I really don't see where he fits in it. I don't think by this quote he feels like he fits in it. I don't think he wants to be in a situation like that. So I have to say LeBron probably will in the next couple of weeks to the mid-season actual trade.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or he just talks a buyout. He could go to buyout route too.
True.
So this way he has a option of what team he goes and he plays for.
That's something I really didn't even think about either. I'm not even gonna lie to you, a buyout.
That's why I'm the basketball savant. No, let me stop.
Hey, shit, nah, for real. I really didn't even think about it like that because when you think about it, it's instant trade, right? And I think he has no trade clause, right?
I don't think he has one. I think he has one. I think.
Yeah, I think he. So a buyout wouldn't be crazy. Think about the no trade clause, right? Yeah, no, I think that'd probably be more applicable, honestly. Shit. New owner, new money.
NBA no trade clause. Who has one?
Yeah, might buy him out. They just might fuck around and buy him out. Which
LeBron
I
and
wouldn't
Dame
be surprised if that happened before the season.
To buy him out. That's what I'm saying. The buyout might be the better option too.
Yeah,
it might be the better option because like I said, you could stretch that 56 point whatever $6 million or whatever it is, or over 5 years or whatever the stipulations are, and that it gives LeBron the option to choose what team he wants to go to, what he wants to play for, if he wants to give it another shot. But it could. I mean, because the Lakers did get pieces this offseason, I don't think it hurts them as much unless they want to include some of those pieces in the trade with LeBron, right? And if that's the case, then Golden State to me wouldn't fit that because Golden State doesn't have much to offer. I don't know if you agree with that part.
I mean, I do though, because I'm not saying that the pieces are invaluable, but what I am saying is I don't think that they are worth the trouble, right? And I think a lot of the pieces that we have outside of the young talent that they might be willing, that they're, I guess, obviously willing to hold on to, like a Pods or like Quinn and Post. I think that's not a bad statement, or it's not an unfair statement to say, right? We know what a GP2 is. We know what a Kuminga is at this point. We know what Jimmy is at this point. Everybody knows what Buddy is at this point. So I guess when it comes to terms of value, then it's like, yeah, like what do you have to offer us outside of the young talent that we definitely want, that is going to help us win? Because at the end of the day, that's the motive for everybody, right? We understand that everybody's getting better, even teams in the East. So it's not going to be just we'll give you this guy, this guy, this guy. It's like, nah, we'll give you this guy, but you got to give us that guy, and we need the picks. You know what I mean? So like, it's not just the easy trade-off now.
But who would Golden State put in this trade? Because we already know they don't want to give up Moses Moody and Buddy Hield. They turned down trade and signing trade talks about them. Where's Kuminga at? That nigga not even on here. Oh, there he is. Kuminga, but who else? What else would you put in there? I don't know what other players you would give up.
Well, Well, I
I don't
mean,
know how you get to the
as
draft
far as
spot.
players that you would give up, and that's the thing, right? Because even with Moses Moody, right? Moses Moody had a lot of games where he had DNPs, right? Alex Toby is the one we just drafted this year. Pat Spencer, I guess they want him to come back, but he's a solid trade piece that people have been calling for. Trace Jackson Davis is also a solid piece that people have been calling for. He received a lot of DNPs late in the season, so it's like they have pieces, but it's like I said. And like you said, pieces of value, I guess, is the true question.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when you look at it, right, depending on who they're calling for, who they want, like you have in some terms, you have pieces of value, but are you willing to let those pieces go for other pieces of value that can potentially help you win?
Right. And then the other question would be too for me is, does Golden State take LeBron alone? Or do they want something else on here?
That's also a good question. No, they probably. Well, I mean, we know Bronny's fate is tied to LeBron, so I wouldn't doubt that. But I would say, if anything, it would probably be Gabe.
I throw Draymond in that motherfucker.
I don't mean shit. I would say, if anything, it'd probably be Gabe or Rui because of. Well, I don't. Maybe not Rui because of the usage, but I know they're not going to get rid of Reeves. So
yeah, they're not going to trade Reeves.
They're definitely going to keep Connect.
Yeah,
the young guy that they just drafted. So I'm thinking Gabe or Vanderbilt, honestly, as far as pieces that
Gabe's
they
on
were
inspiring.
kind of pair up.
I wonder how you put fucking draft picks in this motherfucker. Let me see if I can find another one, but it's interesting. I saw it. I just wanted to see. Let me see how this one works. Like this. Golden State Warriors. Why can't I find the Warriors? Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't give me a way to get to the draft picks either. I would like one that gives me the draft picks. But yeah, it's interesting. Maybe I'll find one. That'd be nice to do some can't lose my train. Thought this one let me do it. This one does have draft picks. I found one draft picks, but whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. It's interesting. LeBron could end up with the Warriors, but what did they give up? What does the Warriors have? I would definitely throw Draymond in there and then call. Where did Poole go to? Pelicans?
He's in the Pelicans. He's in New Orleans now.
Call the Pelicans, get Poole back over there, man. Get the splash back together because there ain't no splash over there no more. It's just a brother, a light-skinned brother. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how LeBron fits in the Lakers schemes going forward. I don't know what Golden State can give up. They've been calling for 18 months, can't get a deal done. Is LeBron unhappy? Is he willing to budge a little bit now that they gave the team to Luka and they're making moves that fits Luka and not LeBron? First franchise in NBA history to stand up. No, I can't lie because the Heat's did that. The second team in NBA history to stand up to LeBron. But yeah, where does he go? You guys got to let me know. Where do you think LeBron, if he gets traded, if he waive him, like I said, they could waive him, stretches his 56 out. Where do you think he goes? Besides Golden State, because that might not happen. You feel me?
I mean, besides Golden State, I think the only other options I would viably see is him. I don't know if he'd do that because I don't know if Cleveland would be able to swing that. But
They don't even have Kuminga on the active roster. Golden State active roster is only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people.
probably Miami. It's like a farewell tour if we're doing that.
You wouldn't like him back in Cleveland for his farewell tour?
I mean, that was my first option, but I just don't know how Cleveland would swing it with D. Mitch, his contract, Evan Mobley, his contract. I don't know what I don't know what they're doing with Darius Garland. I don't know if they're gonna come off of the other guy, the other big guy, Garrett. I don't know, right? So if they were able to swing it, I mean, that'll be my first option. But I just think that with how Miami's roster looks now, I think that'll probably be more suitable.
Yeah. I don't know. I would rather them go back to Cleveland. That'll be a farewell tour. That's where he started. I think that's how farewell tour should go. You should go back to where you got drafted and have one more. I mean, it could be hard, because your team might suck. Your farewell tour might be like, Paul Pierce's. Yeah, you heard what Draymond said to him. I'm still over here playing with this trade thing. Let me stop. All right. So I wanted to do this to end the show out. I was hoping Boo-Wop came in. But hey, Moo, we're gonna still do it. Let me get it. Oh, let me get it on the screen. Share. Bow. All right. We haven't done one in a while, so we're doing skilled, just off skills.
Based off skill.
Just off skills. 1v1 skills edition. All right. Got a bunch of players here on both sides. Best of the best. Top names. We're gonna see who Moo. Because Boo, I'm not here, and I'm the host. I can't participate. So this is Moo's 1v1 bracket. Let's go, Moo. Tell me who you got.
My 1v1. Let's get it.
You got Trey versus.
Because I wouldn't. I got some picks to potentially piss him off. But first and foremost, give me Melo.
Taking Melo. Paolo and Scotty Barnes.
Paolo.
We got Mikal.
Cade. Give me Cade.
Oh, Giannis and Jason Tatum.
Damn, this is the one I pissed Boo off with. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Damn.
Give me JT. Wait, you said based off skill, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, give me JT. I'm taking JT easily.
All right, Kuzma and Halliburton.
Hallie.
Mitchell and Rosen.
I didn't think this was gonna get tough. This is a little bit tough right here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Give me D Mitch, but I guess not by much.
All right. We got Jalen Brunson and Golf Jimmy. Love Jimmy with the golf look, man.
Goodness gracious, Jimmy. That shit is hilarious.
Boy.
Give me Jalen.
Katie and Joker.
Katie.
All right. Oh, we're going one side then one side. Okay. Lonzo and Paolo.
I'm going to say Paolo.
Cade and JT.
JT.
Mitchell and this guy.
D Mitch.
Mitch in there. Okay. Oh, Brunson and KD.
Kevin Durant.
Now we're getting down to the final four. Paolo and JT.
JT.
D Mitch and Kevin Durant.
KD.
Okay. KD and JT.
I'm going to say KD for now.
For now, it's not like JT could come back in.
Well, based off right now, current situation, that's what I mean.
Oh man. Okay, because my guy out, he gets out. Okay. How did Jimmy get back in this? Why is Jimmy in here twice?
I was gonna say
Jimmy out of here.
We can go Anthony.
Wait a minute. You out of here.
We got some repeats.
I didn't do this list. All right, I just picked it. It's Stephen Anthony Edwards.
Give me Wardell.
KD and this motherfucker again too. Bron and Victor.
LeBron.
KD, I'm sorry, you're up out of here.
Then we'll go Alfred Sengun.
Kawhi Fox.
Kawhi.
Zion and marketing.
Give me Zion.
All right. This is a good one. Shea and Ja Morant.
Oh, wow. Based off skill. That's interesting. That's interesting. Give me Shea.
All right. Anthony, Simon, and
Luka.
Okay. Wardell and James.
Give me Wardell.
Is James in here twice too? No, he's not.
Nah.
Sengun and Kawhi.
I'm gonna take Alfred Sengun.
Ooh. Shea and Zion Williamson.
We'll go Shea.
All right. Final two. No, final four. Steph and Luka.
People are probably gonna kill me for this, but give me Wardell.
Some
See, this might need
bias.
Boo up here, bro. I need his reactions.
Yeah,
Boo up, where you at, bro?
reactions, man. Where you sleeping? Probably on the couch with a chicken in his mouth.
Hey, what was this chicken, man?
He loves his chicken, bro. Love that chicken for whatever he get it from. Sengun versus Shea.
Give me Shea.
And your final two is gonna be Wardell versus Shea.
I'm going Steph Curry, and I don't care.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! No, he didn't. Okay, here we go. KD versus Steph for the championship. Here we go, guys. Oh boy.
And for old time's sake, Troy,
His
name is Wardell.
All right, so that is Moolich's 1v1 bracket with some addition of some players missing because definitely could have threw an Anthony Davis up in there. I'm gonna make one next time. I got you. Next time Boo Wop comes, we'll get
I gotta make sure I boo up here.
Yeah, we'll get Boo Wop up here so he gets some reactions. But overview. Lakers gonna do some. Warriors gotta do something. Moolich is on crack. And Moolich, send us out.
Hey man, you know what it is. Another great show. Boo up. Make sure you're here next week so I can see your reactions live. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune into Gentleman's Talk tomorrow. Should have a fire topics for you. And then Inside the Huddle on Friday. Like I said, PVT/Inside the Voice of the People is going through a nice little hiatus/rebrand. We might be bringing that show back to you guys. We might not. You never know. But stay tuned, and we're going to catch y'all next week.
You guys stay blessed.